So now that we've got our sloppy copy markup for the home page in, let's see if we can go ahead and start doing the styles for the page. So I'm just going to go into, go ahead, close functions and go into our style. And our style sheet is split out into a couple different folders and partials. We've got base where everything that's kind of like site-wide goes. We've got components where if you've got something that you're going to reuse all across the site, like maybe a email sign-up form or something like that, where it's going to be on multiple different pages, you're going to build that in components. And then we've got vendor where the foundation settings are. This is how you override the foundation settings, and you're still able to update the foundation files if you so choose. You can come in here and edit foundation settings, and there's a bunch of stuff in here, and I'm sure that we will get into this. And here is where all the actual foundation files are included. So if you wanted something to not load, if you wanted to like not include these components, that way you could just go ahead and comment them out, or just delete them entirely. Go in here and just get rid of them. We'll keep them in there because we're going to be using a task to clean those out later. The ones that we don't use and what we do use we'll leave in there. So if we go into views and home, we can get started writing the styles for this. So let's take a look at what we've got. We've got home section 1. And section 2. And just so I can see it clearly, and let's go ahead and add in our colors real quick. So we're just going to come up here, and we're just going to add them at the very first. That way we can use them anywhere in the theme. So let's go ahead and we'll grab our default color. And then we can do dark. We do light. And then we can do lightest. Alright, so we've got our colors available. Let's go ahead and get rid of this ugly thing. And let's find out why this isn't full width. That would do it. So let's see. Let's go to content sidebar wrap and get rid of that. That's going to be in base, layout, and let's just comment that whole thing out and see what happens. Cool. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll leave that in place. And for home, let's see what our home section body is. Just home. Cool. For home, we will do content sidebar wrap. And we'll just undo it for just the front page. So we'll say a max width 0, padding 0. See what that does. Well, it doesn't do what we want it to do. Let's set a max width of none. There we go, that's what we wanted. Okay. So now let's add in our typography. So I've got a type kit that I've built for this. I've got this old version of Atom I can't seem to get uninstalled. Just going to go ahead and grab that. And then I'm going to go to functions.php. And enqueue scripts. I'll attach this type kit to Genesis setup. so now I should have access to my fonts that I've set. So I'm going to go into the vendor folder, go to Foundation Settings, and for our body font family, we're going to use Proxima Nova. And then for heading, header font family, we're going to use Ephra. Perfect, so it looks like that worked. Cool, so we're good to go on that. Let's see if we can actually get this layout moving. All right, so let's add a box to this section. And let's call that the action box. Actually, it's up here. I guess let's go to from section 1 and do a background color of blue. Let's do padding. And margin. So let's leave the margin off. Let's do margin bottom. That text is going to be light blue. change the text weight and font for this. So let's do a font. Color of white. And for the links, let's do a grid row. Sorry, this is supposed to be a variable. Let's increase that to 90. 5. Actually, let's see what happens if we just do grid row. Perfect. We can add some margin on top. Let's add a little more. Perfect. Let's give this one a class of transitional. This one is a class of direct. Let's make sure that we've spelled this correctly. We haven't. Let's cut that in half. Let's do 3. R direct. We will add a background of dark. Padding of 15px and 20px. Font weight of 700. And we can come back to this area now that it's looking a little better.